I wondered if you had a favourite Easter egg or little detail in it which we might have missed.
Something to think about is just the relationship between the Continental and the High Table. Santino, the fantastic Riccardo Scamarcio, who is the kind of villain in the film, talks about, like, he's starting to challenge Winston in the Continental. So what does that mean?
That would be no fun. That's like buying a Rubik's Cube and asking for the instructions. No, there's a big fan of classical music, classical art, so look out for references in that. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology, so there's references all throughout the movie about that. Huge 70s, 80s action film. You'll look for hints. You'll see Steve McQueen in there, see Charles Bronson in there. Obviously, the movie opens with Buster Keaton. One of the big influences of the movie were silent films. Bernardo Bertolucci, if you know anything about him, there's tons of references to him throughout the film with the mirrors, the reflections, the framing, the composition. And of course, one of my biggest influences is Sergio Leone, so look for references to any kind of Western.
So with a big movie like this, there must be some scenes which don't make the final cut. So I wondered if you had a favourite deleted scene we might see later on the DVD.
Might be some scenes that in the director's cut that would be between Santino and Aurelio, John Leguizamo's character. They have a nice little kind of tete-a-tete.
There's one at the beginning of the montage before the sommelier, the cartographer, and the tailor. Keanu actually goes to a religious type building and asks permission from someone that is a religious head figure. And he's given permission to continue with his mission. For people in the John Wick world, they've seen the first one, it made perfect sense. For people that were just coming in, it was confusing, so we didn't want to go into too much confusion. But I'd love to put we call it the Cardinal scene, we'd love to put it back in. There's a scene with John Leguizamo and Richard Scamarcio, which I think is awesome. It's a really funny scene with John Leguizamo going off. They have a little thing. We had to cut the scene because it had a weird plot line to it that I've kind of taken out of the movie. And we had another pencil fight in the movie, which is really cool. It just didn't fit with the rhythm of things, so we lifted it and redid the pencil fight.
Another one?
Well, it was the original one, and we kind of lifted it to do the one that we saw now in the montage.